2 days ago, I decided I would leave everything to chance. I was going to hit the road with no clue where I was going or where I'd be sleeping. I threw a dart at a map to give me a rough location, and then I threw 3 more to give me 3 random places I'd be parking my van. The rule was simple. I'd drive to the exact spot where the dart landed and stay at the very nearest park up on the app Park for Night. So far, it's been okay. Night 1 was spent next to a racecourse, a bit noisy and very busy with odd goings on, but if you don't mind the occasional horse at your back window, then I'd say it was a winner. Night 2 was not quite as successful. A lay-by next to the side of the road is my worst nightmare of a park-up, but to be fair, it's been okay. In fact, the bigger problem I'm having on this trip is not when I'm parked up at all, but when I'm moving. I'm suffering from a horrendous rattle that I cannot locate, which is making driving the worst part of this whole thing. What is that rattle? We're going to pick things up right where we left you at park-up number 2, hoping to find better things as we get ready to set off to the unknown park-up number 3. Right then folks, good morning and welcome back. And I'd say that so far we're having a 50% success rate. So the first park up that we stayed at on the racetrack with the horses was really good. Where we are right now, not so great. And although we was treated to a beautiful sunrise this morning, unfortunately it does look like the weather's on the turn. So we're going to go and see what we can find. I need my map pen and make our way up to park up number 3 to see what fate has in store for us tonight. So this is where we spent the night last night, somewhere around here, and I think the easiest route is going to be to come back on ourselves, pick up the A1, head up here past Brampton, follow the A14 I think it is, all the way across. We'll cut up country there, round the bottom of Corby, across there, off this little side road and to Great Eastern. Now it is, look, you can see it's right near a reservoir. Now that can either mean there's going to be an excellent park up or it's all going to be completely no camping sign. So let's go and see what happens. Oh, condensation. It's been a while since we've had to deal with you. Tell you what, it's going to rain, it's bloody warm. The sat-nav says about 44 minutes, which isn't too bad, but if you've been following along, you'll know that I've got a rattle back there that I can't identify and it is doing my head in, but no worries, because today I have a cunning plan so that that's not going to be a problem. We can try and enjoy the drive. So much better with the headphones, I can't hear a thing. Before the health and safety police jump on your little keyboards, just so you know, look, this isn't connected to anything at all. They're just really there for comedic value, because if we have another lay-by by the side of the road, this video potentially could be quite boring to start with. So yeah, they're actually making it worse, if I'm honest. We are almost there, and I've just driven through the prettiest little village. I don't know if the camera will do it justice, but yeah, like thatch roof houses, really nice brickwork, beautiful little place. Sometimes you forget how many pretty quaint little villages we've got here in the UK. I'll try and put the name of it on the screen if I can work out where it is on the map, but exactly the same as we did in the last video. I'm almost there. I've got about a mile to go, and then we'll just pull over, open up Park for Night and find the nearest park up. This is Great Eastern, so this is the very closest little place on the map to it, and we're literally almost there. But this is pretty as well. I don't know if this brickwork is like a thing of this area, but I really quite like the orange, like a rusty orange. It looks really cool. If Emily was here, we'd be pulling over and going for a little walk around and no doubt finding a bakery or some sort of snack shop, but she's not, so we're not. Right, this is it then. This is the exact point, or just there in that little side hedgerow, I think, is the exact point where the dart landed. So I just need to find somewhere to pull over, and then we can open up Park for Night and have a look. This will do, it's a quiet road. Right then, around me. So I zoom in, that little blue dot's where we are. Around me. Right, the closest park up then is that little green tree. Just double check. Yeah, that little green tree there. So right on the reservoir, so this is going to be interesting. Let's have a look. Cool, 4.5 stars. I'm not going to get excited because what happened last time, it was not stellar, but I can see water. This looks good. This does look good. Parking on dirt area of quiet single track road overlooking reservoir, which was used to practice dam buster raids. Now good for bird spotting. This could not be more a bit of me. If you're wondering what that noise is, our B2B, the cooling fan kicks in every now and again. 9 minutes. Apparently, looking at this map, I'm sat in red traffic, but as you can see, there is absolutely no red traffic whatsoever. I don't know what that's about. Right, let's go. We're about a minute out and it's looking good. The countryside around here is really pretty. Narrow bumpy lanes though, as standard. Here we go. Yep. I can see the water. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on there. Let's go. Oi. Oh shit, I need to go down here. No, 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 no. Ah, brakes are still working. That's good news. Come on, be kind, be kind, be kind. Cows, always a pleasure at a park up. I might actually put that on my list of park up requirements is farm animals. It's around this corner. Bins and everything. Oh, we are definitely onto a winner with this one. This looks good. I think I'll turn round though, so my door view is out onto the water. They are getting in separate cars and have come out of the bushes together. That, to me, is a bit suspect, if you know what I mean. Just go and see if I'm blocking that gate. This is not good. I promise I'm not driving in flip-flops. I literally just did a real quick switch, but we don't need to film all that kind of stuff. Clear of the gate. Look at that view. Perfect. This is ideal, so as long as we don't get moved on, I reckon that's 2 from 3, so a 66% success rate, so I'm quite happy with that. And they wasn't lying on Park for Night. There is oodles of bird life.
Take a train ride just to see you. Ride for hours just to please you. You don't know how much I need you, 'cause you're my home away from away from home, away from being alone.
The weather today has been all over the place, so I took a long walk, followed the road all the way around. It basically just sort of goes around the reservoir. You can't get to the water because obviously there's a fence. In fact, I'll show you my view from the van door because it is pretty cool, barbed wire or no barbed wire. So this is the current view. The sun is just trying to squeeze his way back out. Before the rain came, there was an egret just in front of us here, and that's when a torrential downpour ensued, and then it's just been raining on and off. But now, like I say, sun's back out, we might get a sunset. But I've enjoyed this park up. I know I haven't filmed much, but just sitting here, chilling out, the sound of the nature. It's not been busy, the odd car in and out, one dog walker, and that is it. And this is what I think I needed, a bit of quiet time. Because AJ isn't here, I can use his bed as extra storage. That is really handy actually. So I've got all my tripods and my camera gear in there. Emily would never have that. AJ's actually the one I miss the most when I'm out on my own. He's the one I notice his absence the most. I think it's because I have to think of him more than anyone else. So with Emily, she's obviously human. She can tell me if there's anything wrong. Summer's so easy breezy, it doesn't matter. She'll just go with the flow. But AJ, you're constantly thinking, is he too hot? Is he comfortable? Has he got enough exercise? Is he going to be happy here? Is it too noisy? Is it too windy? So yeah, I do, in spite of all of those things, I do miss him the most. I wish he was here, but he's having a rest at home with Emily. I tell you what, we carry around more pots and pans in this van than like a high street baker that bakes all their own goods, and yet we've only got one knife, and she moans about it all the time, so we have to rectify that because it's crap. Alright, water. Oh, bloody fridge. Don't panic, I'm not about to bore you with another salad montage. I know you saw all that last week, and I'm sure all of you, or most of you, can cook a salad. And I use the word cook lightly. I am cook, actually. I'm boiling stuff, that's cooking. That's real cooking. Rocket. Them new potatoes are cooked to perfection. Send me a Michelin star, MasterChef over here. Leaving my life up to chance has actually turned out really well. This is my favourite park up that I've stayed at in a while, including Norway and Sweden, because as amazing as that place is, and you'll have all seen it. Why is it the minute I start filming, there's a helicopter or an aeroplane or a lorry? It's just sod's law. Anyway, as amazing as those places were, they were very, very, very busy. This, I've got it all to myself, and the nature is literally on my doorstep. Albeit not the most interesting nature, although there is a cormorant over there, sunbathing as I call it. What it is, basically, if you don't know what a cormorant is, it's a bird that dives for fish, and its feathers, unlike a duck, its feathers aren't waterproof, so it gets waterlogged, and then it has to come out of the water and it has to stand with its wings apart in like a crucifix shape to dry itself off. So little things like that, I just love seeing it. I don't know why, it doesn't matter how many times I see it, I still always enjoy seeing it. So tomorrow morning, my plan is to get up ridiculously early and make my way down to Dartmoor. I think I said earlier, SatNav says about 4.5 hours, which in this is going to be at least 6, and I think I might have to go around Birmingham, so that's always a nightmare. So tomorrow I'm going to put the camera down and I'm just going to get gone. So next time I see you, with any luck, fingers crossed, will be in Dartmoor, where we need to find a campsite, which I've not even looked, I've not even booked, so hopefully we're going to be able to find one when we get there. And we're just going to leave that to chance as well.
We get your soul.
Okay then folks, we have made it, squeaky, we've made it to Dartmoor. Pretty good time actually, about 5 hours, which is good for British motorway driving at rush hour, so I'm quite happy with that, and there was no problem getting up because the locals at that last waterside park up gave me quite the wake up call. I couldn't film too much of the journey down, or really any of the journey down, because I just needed to get here. I'm getting picked up in a minute and I just wanted to get myself sorted, but basically the same rules have applied. I pulled over somewhere near Bovey Tracy because that's where I need to be, opened up Park for Night, jumped on it, found the nearest campsite that I could, and literally there was this place 1 minute away. I couldn't believe it. Massive plus, it's got showers as well, which is bloody awesome. This feels like it's going to be heavy. Yeah, so I had a shower, sorted myself out. My friend's going to be here to collect me any minute. And this whole leaving things to chance is actually going pretty well, I'd say. Heavy. So it's all going way better than I could have hoped. Oh no. Just going to quickly tuck that in because Emily will kill me if it looks like I haven't made the bed, which I kind of had. She's still going to moan, she'll moan either way. So yeah, anyway, it's going way better than I could have hoped, although I fear that is all about to change because the weather, there's a storm rolling in and we're going off to do a bit of camping. Right, how much weight have we got? Oh, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. this is gonna hurt. I wasn't wrong. As I left the comfort of my van, it was clear. The weather was very much on the turn. Oh, the rain. We headed into the national park, hoping that the rain would pass. But the skies, well, they weren't giving us much hope. As the rain persisted, my friend Matt, he'd found us somewhere to park at the top of a valley. Here, there was a track that led down to a wooded area that was hopefully going to provide some shelter for us to camp in. That for a little bridge. We were hoping to be out for 3 nights, so for night 1 we were planning on a short walk to our first camp spot. Yeah, right. Somewhere along the line we'd taken a wrong turn and we're now heading up quite a steep hill. Now, being the top mate that I am never one to pass blame, but, Matt did have the map. That's all I'm saying.
So you know that first bridge we went over?
It was the wrong way.
The nice bridge?
Yep.
That's where we should have gone up.
The steep hill meandered on for quite a while, and in my mind we were quite obviously walking up what can only be described as a mountain. Now, if you've been around a while, you will already know that I absolutely love walking up hills, especially when carrying around 17 kilos of camping gear. So it's safe to say I wasn't angry at Matt whatsoever. You're going to tell me it's that way, aren't you? You I'm just filming what a you are. We'd soon made it to the top, and after making the steep descent back down the mountain, we found our way alongside the river we should have stuck to initially. After finding a suitable place to camp, it was getting quite late and I was absolutely starving, so all was forgiven when Matt cooked us up a storm and the barbecue. The next morning there was no real change in the weather, but I had a different problem. The rain and the damp had killed my camera. Now, this is a waterproof camera, but I was running it with a microphone adapter, and when you do this, it's no longer waterproof. Given how bad the weather was, this was the only camera, aside from my phone, that I'd been prepared to risk, hence the lack of footage. Anyway, here we are moving on to our second spot, and as you can see, the weather is still very much on our side. After the 8 miles or so we'd already hiked on this trip, I was very glad to be taking on this much shorter and mostly flatter walk across the moors. Storm number 1 had now blown through and the skies were starting to clear, opening us up to some lovely views.
I thought you were going to disappear.
Oh, there's my blister. Dartmoor National Park is an incredibly beautiful area in the south of the UK. With its rugged landscape, abundant nature and its very own wild ponies, it's a beautiful place to spend some time. It's also one of the only places, in England at least, where wild camping is allowed. That's wild camping in a tent. Vans, however, is the opposite and a big no-no. I'm going to be honest, I'd done no planning for this trip whatsoever and had left it all to Matt, and I've got to say, this spot he'd found in this old abandoned quarry was, well, it was pretty special. We'd wasted no time at all in getting set up, because Dartmoor, although it's an incredibly beautiful place, it's also a very wet and windy place. Dinner wasn't quite as gourmet as the previous night, but these packet meals, surprisingly, are a lot tastier than they look. Now, seeing as most of you lot are van dwellers, this may look just a little bit uncomfortable, but I've got to be honest with you, I love all this.
Coming down now.
A big part of building out our van in the first place was so we could not only travel but also get close to nature and find little slices of peace and quiet. The reality is though, when travelling in a van, that is very rarely the case. With park-ups getting shut down all the time and the popularity of van life ever increasing, the remaining more remote park-ups are often even full or very busy, and increasingly left in, well, a bit of a mess. I really enjoy the challenge of hiking and wild camping and how it genuinely does get you much closer to nature in the most basic of ways, and sometimes it's actually far more comfortable in a tent in the wind and rain than an overcrowded car park getting funny looks from the understandably frustrated locals. Look at this nutter, look. Without wanting to state the obvious, he's clearly got bigger balls than me. Although probably not for very long. Cold? Oh, head first as well.
You going in?
Nope, I haven't. I would go in, but I haven't bought my swimming hat. Whilst Matt was larking about on the water, my main focus was on my battered feet. They'd been in a constant state of sweat and damp now for 48 hours. When I talk about back to basics and being close to nature, spending time in this quarry is exactly that. We'd watched a peregrine falcon majestically hunting above us the night before, and this morning I was having a wash, accompanied by a newt taking on a worm probably half his own body weight. There's not many other ways you get to witness two very different species mastering the art of survival in our ever-dwindling landscape. You may have seen on the footage already this morning, my feet are not in a good state at the minute, so we've decided to stay here for the day because it's sunny, we've got a brilliant pitch, the tents are drying out nicely. Matt's a legend, he's just been up to the shop and bought us a load of food for tonight, but look what he's picked up. Flip-flops, so excited.
Matching pair.
We've got matching tents as well, but yeah, how cool are these? Because basically I've been in these boots for 2 days in the piss wet through, and that's what's caused the blisters, but now boots are coming off, feet are drying out, very excited. Oh, the relief. Look at that, perfect fit. After the first 2 days hiking and camping through the storms, we spent the afternoon drying out our kit and I developed quite a bit of tent envy. I'm very jealous of this, with the 2 doors. Get my drone straight through there, wouldn't I? Getting a new tent purchase past Emily is going to be quite the challenge though, so any help in the comment section will be greatly received. Speaking of Emily, as we explored our surroundings in some very welcome dry weather, Matt did attempt to fill in for her with some top quality fun facts.
We're in Dartmoor. It's old building, very old. Built with bricks. Not bricks, rocks.
Built with bricks is my favourite fact we've ever had. Yeah, Emily will be back in the next video, although I do think Matt deserves a huge thumbs up for effort. That's about all I filmed from our 3 days of wild camping. I've got to admit, in spite of the horrendous weather, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and Dartmoor saw us off on the final night with quite a beautiful sunset. Home, sweet home. That was a long run. So apologies, I lost you for like a day or two and obviously didn't film too much of the camping. And the reason for that, there's many reasons. The weather did not help. And because we was going for 3 days, I had to pack really light. So I only took this one camera, the GoPro. And because of the wind, it would have needed a mic attached, which I had, but that makes it unwaterproof. And that was just a nightmare. And then of course the camera kept breaking. I've got untold problems with this at the minute. So that made things difficult because obviously when it doesn't work, when you turn it on, you miss moments and then you don't want to reset those moments up. So that was annoying me, so that was definitely difficult. And then also I was really enjoying just being there and not filming. It's not very often these days that I go somewhere like that and don't film it. So as much as I love making the videos, and I think you all know that I genuinely do, and Emily, enjoy making the videos and filming everything, it was nice to just take a few days with a friend, chill out, enjoy the camping experience and the nature, because we saw some cool nature in that quarry. I didn't get it on film really, but there was a peregrine falcon, maybe a dodgy mobile phone shot. I'll have a look. We saw a stoat climb all the way from the bottom up one of the vertical walls of the quarry all the way to the top, so that was pretty cool. And a newt eating a worm, which I thought was quite interesting. I think I might have got that on camera when I was washing my feet, so there you go. But I am home now, getting ready for the next adventure. We've got a few bits to do before we can hit the road. So the van has got to have some TLC, it needs a service, MOT, handbrake needs doing because that just doesn't work at all at the moment. AJ and Summer are going to the vets today, I believe. AJ's fine. He's just having a quick check-up. He's losing a bit of weight, so we don't know if there's an underlying problem or if it's, you know, just old age. So we're just going to get him checked over just to be sure before we get back on the road on another adventure. And I'm not sure why Summer's going. That was a lot of very quick information. It's because I want to get inside and see Emily. In fact, you can come. You can come. Let's go and see her. Again, not driving in flip-flops. That's just, I've just changed those right now. Hey, Titchy. Hello. Where you been? You been out exploring? Oh, I don't have keys.
Oh my god!
You alright?
Who's just turned up? I'll call you back, Jim.
What's up?
Bye.
I'm not gonna lie, that's not the reaction I was hoping for, I'll be honest.
You're such. I knew that someone was going to be on the other side of the door as well, but I didn't know it was going to be you.
That's not a nice.
I wasn't ready.
What, for me?
Yeah, for
Hey,
you.
buddy. Hello. Hello. Oh, you're a good boy. Hey, mate. You don't need to lick my knees. They're the same knees as what I left with.
Anyway, give us a kiss then.
Hang on, go up here.
Haven't seen you for days.
Had a good week?
Busy week.
Yeah?
Busy week.
Miss me? No, she never does. She never ever does. We're big advocates for personal space, especially when we've just done 3 months in a van together.
Oh, yes we are. Did you know what? When I knew you was coming home today, I missed you yesterday.
I've got that on camera, you know that, right? You missed me one day. How long have I been gone? Like 7, 8 days?
7, 8 days, yeah.
You missed me for one of them.
Yeah.
Folks, that is a win. And on that note, we're going to leave the video there. I hope you've enjoyed this weird little adventure I've been on and the camping and whatnot. And yeah, Emily's back in the videos.
Woo-hoo. And do you know what I think it is? I don't think I missed you. I think I was excited because the van's come back and that means we're going away.
Well, not till he's been to the vets and the van's been to the garage.
Yeah, but still, anyway, I'm taking it back. I didn't miss her. I missed a van.
And on that note, we will both, along with AJ and Summer, see you on the next one.
Bye.